Toastmasters. What's that all about? Well, that's what I wondered too. Hi, my name is CJ Janzen, and I am the founder of One More Step and a proud member of Cambridge Toastmasters. A new member, but a proud one. I was taking an online course not long ago, and people kept mentioning time and time again about this group called Toastmasters. And so they told me that I would improve my speaking ability, boost my confidence, and develop leadership skills. Didn't see a downside to that, so I started doing some research online. There, I found out that my city not only has one, but it actually has 3 groups in a very small vicinity to me. So I contacted them through their Facebook or through their website page, and you know what? I had one good experience after another. I made connections very quickly, and within a week I attended my first meeting, just right at the end of October. And I was blown away. I got so excited. By the end of that night, I'd signed up. November 1st, I was becoming a member for a number of different reasons. The meeting was actually broken up into 2 separate parts. And each side of the meeting has its really interesting aspects. But the first part of the meeting is broken up into a bunch of different components. So it wasn't what I was expecting. So if you're interested in developing leadership skills or doing some of the auxiliary things that need to be done that help work towards the higher level skills, it's the perfect place to take on a small one more step instead of taking a massive giant stride, which is just perfect for most of us, including me. So what I did is, there's different roles such as Toastmaster, Evaluator, or the General Evaluator. Those are sort of your higher leadership roles. And then there's other experiential roles like the Invocator, the Humorist, the Grammarian, the Awe Counter, the Educator, and the Timer. One of my favorite ones that I'm really looking forward to trying is Table Topics Master. Now the Table Topics Master, there's generally a theme at each meeting. So the Table Topics Master has to think up during the week some ideas or concepts. And what happens is they usually have a list that you can choose from without knowing what they is. You just sort of pick a number or pick out of a hat. And you have to create a 1 to 2 minute improvisational speech. Now for some of you, that is a massive one more step and terrifying. For other people like me, who like to jump in with both feet, my first night, I did that. I did exactly that. In fact, I was the first person to raise their hand and volunteer. I'd never seen it done. I didn't know what it was about. But you know what? On a wing and a prayer, I just tried it. Well, it was supposed to be about costumes, and I picked unicorn. Not bad, not bad. I barely touched on the costume part of it. I more talked about what it would be like to see a unicorn in the forest and being at a stream with a nice little cascading waterfall off to the side, and to see this majestic, pure, magical creature. Well, okay, you get the point. But I had so much fun trying that. So I think that was a great one more step for me. And it can be so much fun if you let yourself just go with the flow. So again, lots of component parts, lots of roles, lots of chances to speak. So I think I really enjoy that first half because there isn't a lot of pressure. Then in the second half of the meeting, that's when you see the prepared speeches, the ones I expected to see. Each of those speeches is about 5 to 7 minutes in length, usually. Now, each person is working towards a project, a goal, or to complete a pathway. Speaking of pathways, Pathways is a brand new educational system that was launched on November 1st, 2017. So as a member who just joined, I don't get to touch the old system at all. I am starting right from square one with a brand new system. That means I'm at the vanguard. I get to help work out bugs. I get to help work out explaining it to other people, to older members who are still on the old system and haven't yet switched over to the new system. So even though I'm a beginner, I get to assist other people to learn the different ways to use the pathway system. It's all online. There's tutorials, there's pictures, there's sheets on how to do this and do that, and marking sheet. It's an incredible resource. So I really recommend this. It's really exciting. It's brand new. So that's something also to keep in mind, is if you did join now, you also get to be in this vanguard. Also, on a personal note, I wanted to mention something else. I'm disabled. Most of my day I have to spend in bed because of my illness. I have a long-standing chronic illness, blah, blah, blah. And I am light sensitive, sound sensitive, and scent sensitive. Without me asking, without me doing anything other than just being there and informing them that I do have some issues, they have changed things at Toastmasters to recognize my limitations and to assist me in being successful. This blew me away. Since I've been there, they have changed the way online they actually say that their group is scent free. That was amazing. They also accepted the fact that I normally have a hat and sunglasses on. Most of you are used to seeing me that way. This light is quite painful for me, but I'm doing it for posterity after all. So even though you're judged with eye contact, they do recognize that I am looking in different areas of the room and I'm attempting to make eye contact. I do make eye contact, but you can't see it for the sunglasses. But I am attempting to do these things as I improve my speaking abilities. The other thing that they did is this clapping is what we normally do from the time a person is introduced to the time they reach the podium, and from the podium back to their seat. We want to recognize and cheer on people that are doing things, and I think that's amazing. But to be honest, clapping is one of the most painful things that you can do to me. The sound just creates a very bad headache. Without me asking, they've switched to doing the deaf person's clapping. So now, at our meeting, this is what you see as people go to and from the tables and up to the podium and back again. I can't express what that means to me. Being recognized, being appreciated as a person, and not being limited because of my disabilities, that is the mark of a group of people that care. And for that, I'm thankful. There are other people with disabilities in the group too. So if you are disabled and you feel that you're looking for a place that will be accepting of your disabilities, Cambridge Toastmasters, I think, might make a great home for you. After the speeches are done, you then get evaluated on your speeches. Obviously, we can't improve if everybody goes, yay, yay, you did a great job, and then not say, but you know what? This area could be improved, or that area could improve. You weren't making good eye contact, or your vocal variety was very monotone, so maybe you could add some inflection. Put in a pause now and again to create emphasis. Things like that are really helpful when you're developing your speaking abilities. So the evaluation is really important, and very enriching. They aren't mean, they aren't harsh. You always get a mix of the good, the bad, and back to the good. And that's important because I leave knowing that I did a good job, but that I can improve even more. So I love that part of it. Later on, after the evaluations are done, then the general evaluator comes up. And the general evaluator comments on the entire evening. I have to say I'm very nervous about trying that role, especially now because I've only been to 4 meetings, so I'm still a baby. But you know what? It's exciting. I think it'd be really interesting. But they comment on the whole evening about whether time limits were met, and they evaluate the evaluators so that the evaluators can improve as well. This is really important because giving good evaluations is just as important as giving the speeches. They're both chances to speak. One is more prepared than the other, obviously, but it gives you can learn by teaching. So I think that part of it's wonderful is that the evaluators get evaluated as well. There's competitions for all sorts of different things, whether you're a humorist or whether you're giving a speech or whether you're an evaluator. There are ways and competitions that you can participate in as well throughout the year. That part's cool for me. I'm a little bit competitive. Then later on, after that, the grammarian gives their report. Was there a lot of slang words used? Was there poor grammar used? I'm not so good at that part. Then the counter talks about the filler words again, the ums, ands, likes, ers, things like that. And then we pretty much wrap up the evening. We all help putting stuff away. And then we socialize for a little while because you know what? Toastmasters isn't just about making speeches. It's about making connections with people. It's about having fun and mentoring each other. You do have the opportunity to have a mentor pretty much from your second meeting on. They ask you who you would like to have as a mentor. I was blown away by that. I think it's such a wonderful opportunity to learn from those who are more experienced. That doesn't mean you can't turn to just about anybody in the room and say, what do you think? Could I have done this better? Poor Duval, the president, I email him at least 2 to 4 times every week with questions. Toastmasters is just so much more than what I thought it would be. So yeah, that's what Toastmasters is about. It's a great place to improve my ability to speak, to boost my confidence, and develop my leadership skills. Thanks.